Hi guys, I happened to find this book and I decided I'd go through it and tell you all of the words that I would actually use and might actually hear here in Australia. Not all of them are used anymore. The book was probably written in the 80s, so yeah, a lot of kids these days wouldn't have a clue about half of them. But I'll go through them and hopefully you'll learn some Aussie slang. Oh, and one thing I wanted to say to you, never do this, because this is up yours. It's almost as rude as giving somebody the finger. It's okay to do this. Make as many peace signs as you like. So this way round is a peace sign. Fingernails showing to the public, rude. Okay, I'll start with the words now. So, Alco. By the way, I'm going to go alphabetically because I'm lazy and just copied them off the book. Okay, Alco is an alcoholic. Ankle biter is a child. They could also be called rugrats, but ankle biter is pretty common. If somebody says something is the ant's pants or the bee's knees, it's something pretty awesome. If somebody says she'll be apples or she'll be right, it means it's okay, it's good, nothing to worry about. If you're buying something like a car, you can say you'll get it on Appro, and Appro means on approval. So, yeah. Arty farty. Anyone who is into the arts could be described as arty farty, but you can also describe people who are pretentious or snobby as arty farty. Basically just means they're not in touch with the real world that real people work in. Arvo, afternoon. So yeah, do you want to come round for tea tomorrow, Arvo? Yeah, sure. What did you say? I didn't hear you. Obviously, yeah. Backer beyond and backer Burke means way out in the country, far from civilisation. There is an outback New South Wales town called Burke, and basically you travel to there and then you keep going into the desert. So there's not a lot past there. Actually there is. There's a whole heap of stuff past there. Beautiful countryside, some huge farms, but you know, it's a long way from the capital cities, so it's seen as way out there. What else? Bags. I bags the front seat. Or I bags the best seat on the couch. It just means I'm saving the seat for myself. Or I bags, you know, I bags the vanilla ice cream. Whatever you want to save for yourself and let everybody else know. Okay, another one, balls up or a stuff up. It just means something that went wrong. Yeah. Now, next one, it's got a couple of different ways it can be taken. So the combination of words is banged up. It can mean pregnant. It can also mean dinted, like, oh geez, I banged up my car last week. It can also mean locked up in jail because the doors, cells slam behind you, banging you up. Banging on. If you hear somebody say, oh God, they were banging on, it's probably a bit like me. I talk way too much. You mightn't find me interesting, therefore I'm banging on. I'm sure you've all heard about Barbies, which is just a barbecue. Obviously very big in summer down here because everyone likes to be outside. It's, well, I would have thought pretty common around the world. Nice weather, you go eat outside. Barge in. Barging in is when somebody pushes in line or forces their way into your house or barges in on conversation. So anytime you're interrupting and forcing your way in. Barney. To have a Barney is to have a fight or an argument. Barracking. Barrack. I barrack for Tottenham Hotspurs. Actually, I don't really follow sport at all, and I definitely, if I was a good Australian, wouldn't be following a soccer team. I would be following an Aussie rules team or a rugby league team or rugby union team. I don't know. Don't do sport. Yeah, so barracking, it's pretty important. And it's one thing that you will get asked if you come down here, oh, who do you barrack for? And even the overseas kids I went to uni with, they all, picked a football team just so they could say, oh, I barrack for Collingwood, or I barrack for the Swans, or, one of the many other football teams. And yeah, it was also a big thing for people to go to the footy, just so that they could say they'd been. Anyway, what's next? Bash. Now, bash has two meanings. You can throw a bash, which is to throw a party, or you can bash someone, which is to smack them. You can give something a bash, which means to try something. So yeah, I'll give riding a horse a bash. It just means I'll give riding a horse a try. Basket case. I'm a basket case. I'm a looney. I am bipolar. Ta-da! Mad, crazy, anything like that. Going like a bat out of hell means to be travelling fast. So if you were speeding down the highway, you'd be going like a bat out of hell. Don't do it, you will get fined. Well, probably not as much as you should be fined, but you will eventually get caught and get a fine. Bathers. Okay, so bathers are swimming clothing. So they can also be described as togs, swimmers, swimsuit. There are a heap of different varieties. So men's tiny weenie briefs that they have for the Olympics, they would be called budgie smugglers or dick stickers. The other men's alternative is more like a pair of shorts, and if they're loose, they're called a board short. Women's bathers, you've got the bikini, which is a two-piece, a tankini, which is a two-piece that looks like a one-piece, and a one-piece. Then, of course, you've got rashies, which are a rash vest to stop you from getting sunburned or sand when you're riding surfboard. Rashes from the sand wearing on you for, surfing, which, if you're down here in Australia, wear a rashie because you will get burnt. At the very least, wear a t-shirt and always swim between the yellow and red flags unless you are with somebody who frequents that beach almost every day, because otherwise you will be caught in a rip and dragged out to sea and drown. And it happens fairly frequently. We've got a huge coastline and only the main beaches will have lifeguards, so be very careful. Bondi Beach. Bondi Beach, we have a whole TV program that talks about lifesavers saving people. There is a spot in it called Backpackers Rip, because all of the overseas backpackers go, ooh, it's Bondi, it's famous, let's go swimming here, and they get in the water, and then the rip starts taking them out to sea and they drown. So even at the famous beaches, you can still drown, and we don't want that to happen to any of you. So make sure you swim between the red and yellow flags. Can't emphasize that enough. But if you come and see me, I will take you to my favorite beaches and maybe take you boogie boarding, bodyboarding, however you want to say it, which is like a half surfboard, and it's a lot of fun. And I can even take you snorkeling to a really calm beach. But I do want you to be able to at least float in the water so that if you start to drown, you don't panic and you float instead. And then somebody can come and save you. Okay. Beaut. So beauty is just a way of saying that's terrific, that's great. Obviously, it's short for beautiful. Okay, if somebody says, I'm going to belt you, or I'm going to give you a good belt, it again means punch up. So don't get in the situation where you're going to get hit. Betcha is another word. So you can say, I bet you, or you bet, are both pretty close to what you would use betcha for. So yeah. Another one, I'm probably talking really fast, sorry about that. So better half means your partner, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. So you can say, yeah, my better half's coming to the restaurant in another 20 minutes, she's still at work, or whatever. So you might hear it. Bickies, biscuits, Americans call them cookies, and yeah, anyway, delicious. Anzac biscuits are delicious and have historical meaning, and we will buy them specifically for Anzac Day or make them ourselves. They're really good. They've got oats and golden syrup and coconut and not a lot else, but they're really good. And butter. I forgot the butter. Billy. So a billy is like a bucket with a lid, a metal one, that you can boil water or cook food in over an open fire. And we'll make billy tea, which is gum leaves in the hot water, and then you spin it around your head, which makes all the leaves sink to the bottom, and then you pour the water off the top, and that's how you get your billy tea. It can also be made with normal tea leaves, but you know, most people take instant coffee. I don't like coffee. I have my billy tea. Bingle. A bingle is a car crash. So yeah, I bingled my car last week and now it's all banged up. If somebody wants to swear something to you, they might say bloody oath or blood oath. It basically, yeah, I promise is what that means. A blow-in. If any of you rocked up at my house without giving me a call and knocked on my door, you'd be a blow-in. It's an unexpected visitor. By the way, you're all welcome. I will feed you and give you coffee and tea and whatever else you need. A blowy. Okay, they are about that big. They are a giant fly. They are fairly slow moving. They buzz, they're annoying, and we have the Aussie salute, which is that, chasing the flies away from our face. So yeah, you'd be doing that with the blowies. March flies are the ones that bite. Don't like those. They normally have an iridescent type bluey greeny sheen to them, and you try and kill them as quick as you see them. Bludge. Well, I'm a dole bludger, which means I live on a government pension, but a bludger is somebody who's lazy, doesn't work. I'm not all that lazy. I'm slightly lazy, but yeah, that's what a bludge. And a bludge is to just lie about. So if you were taking the day off from work and one of your mates rang you, said, yeah, I'm having a bludge, and they might pop over with a movie and actually. Who pops over with a movie these days? You just friggin' pop on Netflix. So yeah, that's it. Another one. Okay. A blue again is another fight. Gee, we have a lot of words for fighting. We used to be brawlers, I think. I do fight with my brother, and we haven't, come to blows like that since I was about 17. That was the last time. He had me in a headlock, banging my head against the wall, and I had him by the balls going, "Arr!" And we both decided from then on, you know what, it's just not worth it. Let's just argue with our words. Yeah. But, there were broken bones and there were bruised kidneys and things as we were growing up, because we were left unattended a lot. And, yeah, Maria would also say, if you're going to kill each other, go outside. And so, we'd normally pull our heads in. Pull our heads in means to behave. Yeah. I'm going all Aussie because I'm all excited about telling you all of this Aussie shit. True blue. Another word. True blue means that you can't get anything more Aussie. So, or if you were describing somebody who was a good, kind Australian, you could say, oh, she's true blue. Or, yeah, Kelpie sheepdogs, they're true blue. Okay. Next word, dodgy or bodgy, means something that is stolen or of bad quality. So, geez, there's a lot of dodgy websites in the world, selling you the most amazing crap that doesn't look anything like what they tell you it looks like. They use substandard material. Don't buy stuff from dodgy websites. A bomb. Now you might be thinking, explosion things. It's not. A bomb is a car that is almost dead, and if you were to drive it a long distance, it would probably get and die. That's a bomb. We actually have a car rental company called Rent-A-Bomb. It is the cheapest car rental company, but they don't guarantee that you will actually get all the stuff you need done. But it's cheap. Yeah. Give somebody the boot means to sack them or evict them. So, yeah, get out. Boozer is the pub. So you can say, yeah, I'm going down the boozer after work, which I don't do. Well, number one, I'm not really a big drinker, and number two, I don't work. So, yeah. A booze up is a piss up or a drinking party. I have been to a few of those, and again, I didn't really drink a lot. Occasionally I did. I think I've been drunk about 4 times when I was in my early 20s, a long time ago. What else? Next one. Can I bot a ciggy? So bot means can I beg a cigarette? Ciggy is a cigarette, so yeah, can I bot a ciggy means can I have a cigarette? Bottle-o is a bottle shop or an alcohol shop. I've only got a couple more of these, and hopefully it's not a huge long video. Brekkie, breakfast. I like to get up and start the fire for my brekkie when I'm camping, because I hate being cold, and you always wake up with freezing cold feet, and it's nice to get the fire going, get the billy on, fry up some eggs. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of thumbs up. I don't normally do thumbs up except for in videos. So when you see me, don't expect me to go, hee. Anyway, bugger off. Okay, I do say bugger off a fair bit, or stuff off. It means get lost. Or if somebody says something sarcastic or derogatory to you, you tell them to bugger off. Okay. If somebody is talking bullshit, you could say they're talking bull or talking bull dust. Obviously all related to bullshit, which means they're talking absolute rubbish. Another thing about bull dust. Bull dust is a really, really fine dust that is found in the outback. It's well, you have red bull dust, and you'll be driving along a road. It'll get into all of the vents and into all of your clothes, and you'll be coughing and snotting red dust everywhere, and it's really gross. But that's what actual bull dust is. 3 more. Give it a whirl. Just means to try something. So yeah, come to Australia, give it a whirl. If somebody says I'll give it a butcher's, they're meaning I'll have a look at it. It's rhyming slang, butcher's hook, give it a look. And something you might see on restaurant windows or websites or even their menus is BYO. That just means bring your own, and it's often referring to alcohol. You might even see it on wedding invitations, party invitations, stuff like that. I don't know. See, some places they may supply the alcohol and say BYO food. Anyway, that's it. So that's the end of the A's and B's. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to work my way through the rest of the alphabet with you and enjoy. Ciao!